Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your man Rich Too Bad coming back today with another video. I hope each and every one of you are having a blessed, wonderful, and a prosperous day today, wherever you are, and are being safe during this pandemic. So today, guys, I'm at one of my favorite stores down in Georgia. Of course, you see it, Summit Racing, guys. So I came down here to pick up that I am going to install on Betty White. And without further ado, man, let's just go ahead and just take a look at what we got, man. Something simple you can do at home. You know, like I said, all my mods are just something you can do at the house, inexpensive, don't really cost you a lot of money. So that's just the reason why I kind of cater my platform to the average Joe who's, you know, YouTubing on a budget or things of that nature. So, but today we came down to pick up a thermostat, and this one is a 180-degree thermostat for the Hemi engines. Your part number is going to be Summit SUM 362180, which is right there at the bottom, guys. So you can take a look for yourself if you're interested in doing this mod. You can do it. You know, get a 180 thermostat. Like I said, the Hemis are designed to run hot, but my car, man, it runs extremely hot. I mean, it's not to the where the car is going to cut off or nothing mechanical is going on with it. It's just that's just the way it's designed. But you know, when you're running cars, especially like performance cars like these, you want them to run as cool as they can, so you get better horsepower out of them. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to change out the stock thermostat that's on the car, because it's a 203 thermostat. So what that means is once the cooling temperature gets above 203, that thermostat is going to open up and allow coolant to go in to cool the radiator, into the radiator to keep the engine cooled down. So with this one, it'll do it at a lower temperature. Instead of going to 203, it'll go at 180, and your car should pretty much still be able to run cooler than it is hotter. Like, I'm going to show you, of course my car is already warm, so I'm going to just go ahead and show you some videos of how hot my car really gets. Like I said, sometimes it gets up in the 200s. You know, like today it's about a 70-degree day, so I don't think it's going to get as hot as I think it will be, but some days it gets up to about 225 coolant temp wise. So hopefully with this 180 thermostat, this will bring it back down, and we should see temperature ranges less than 200, hopefully. So we'll see. If it doesn't work, then we'll just put the stock one back in. But it doesn't, then if this does work, then we'll keep rolling with it. If it doesn't work, then we'll put the stock thermostat back in. So sorry, I had made that correction, guys. So stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and set this camera up so we can kind of drive. Like I said, I drive normal. I'm not really, you know, punching this car as hard as it needs to be. But we're just gonna go ahead and get you some readings on the performance pages and just kind of show you where the temperature are with the stock thermostat, and then what the temperature is with the 180 thermostat in there. So stay tuned, guys. Alright, guys, as you can see, the coolant temp is up to 201. So like I said, it runs up into 200. Like I said, you have a 203 thermostat that's stock in your car, and once that temp gets up to 203, it opens up the thermostat to let the coolant in to cool the engine down some. So not saying that it's doing anything bad, but I just want the car to run a little cooler. Like I said, today it's 67 degrees outside, as you can see, so it's not going to get very high today, but I can guarantee on some of these 80, 90, 100 days we have in Georgia, man, that temp will get up way up higher than that. So, but just to give you a little gist of what I'm trying to do to the car to make it just run a little bit cooler. So hopefully with that 180 thermostat, it won't get up into the 190s and the 200. It'll probably stay down within the 180s. Probably no higher than 190, but we'll see, guys. So I just want to do this video with the show you the temp with the stock thermostat in. So we're gonna get home, let this car cool down, and start the installation process. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so we back up in here. Like I said, I got a towel down here, a Ziploc bag, so I can catch some of this coolant and try to put it back into my reservoir. Hopefully, like I said, my car's been sitting
And you want to do this when the engine's cold, guys. Don't do this when you've been running the car all day. Do this when the engine's cold. So you need to loosen up these two 13mm bolts here. You got one at the top, you got one at the bottom. It's like I said, this is a real simple install. Like I said, I got the Ziploc bag to kind of catch anything that falls down. I can just re-put it back into the reservoir, which is right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen these two bolts up, try to catch everything that I can, and then we'll take it from there, guys, on the next step. All right, guys, so got everything back on, got the bolts back on. Nice, good, tight seal. I'm going to go ahead and take the towels off. Like I said, I did lose some coolant, but really wasn't that whole much because, like I said, my reservoir is still pretty full. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of that back in, get everything cleaned up, and then we'll go for a test drive. All right, guys, so before we go on a test drive, man, I just want to make sure that I don't have any check engine lights or anything like that. Nothing popping up on the dashboard. So now I'm just looking at the coolant temp, and like I said, it should get up to 185. It's a 180 thermostat, so probably no more than 185, 190, and then it should come back down. So I'm gonna let the car run, just kind of cycle itself, let the computer kind of familiarize itself with this new thermostat in. So, but in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the little mess I got in my garage, and then I will cut the camera back on, guys. So stay tuned. So as you can see, guys, I'm just sitting here idling, and that thermostat, that 180 thermostat I put in, is definitely doing its job because the temp hasn't risen above 180, so it's been fluctuating between 179 and below. Like I said, one thing with these Hemis, man, you know, to get better performance out your car, you want your car to run cool. And with these Hemis, they tend to run a little hot, but that's just because, like I said, they put that 203 thermostat stock from the factory. So I ended up replacing mine with the 180 thermostat just to keep the car a little cooler and to get better performance on the car, and it'll help the car last a little longer. But I know they designed those engines to run hot to keep the burning internally even, but you know, sometimes a little too much heat can be too excessive at the same time. So so there it is, it went up to 181, but we'll see if it goes back down. But then again, this could be just because I'm just sitting here idling, so we'll see. But see, you see, it hasn't gone any higher than 181. With the other thermostat, it would have been up in the 190s, 195, as you see in the earlier clips of this video. So I think it's doing its job. We're gonna go take a little test drive here in a sec, guys, so stay tuned. Alright, guys, so as you can see, that temperature, because I was idling, is sitting at 204, so now I'm about to jump back on the interstate, and we're gonna see if we can get it back down to around 180 where the thermostat needs to be. So sorry if no noise and y'all get bored, but I'm just trying to show you how this thermostat works. So you see it's back down to 188, 186. That's probably where it's gonna be as far as me driving on the road. Got down to 185. But like I said, with that stock thermostat, I mean, when I was idling, man, I would have temperatures up to 225, 230, and then it would fluctuate between 201 no lower than 200. Sometimes I got into the upper 190s, but even while driving, it was still up to about 201, 205 within there. So with this 180 thermostat, it's definitely brought that temperature back down into the 180. So, and like I said, it varies when you're driving. You know, I'm just cruising along, or just doing about 68 miles an hour. Really ain't going fast. So, may try to do a hard pull here. It's still sitting right there at 185. It went up to 186, 180, 188, but it should just drop right back down. See? Boom, right back down. So, hopefully y'all can see that with the sunlight. It's kind of got a glare to it. That's it for this demonstration, guys. I just wanted to show you what that thermostat could do. So if you're interested, man, in making that modification, man, it's definitely a major goal in my books. Help to keep the car get more power and keeps the car running cooler than the stock 203 thermostat that's in there. So, and like I said, I don't know why this didn't record, but I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna show you exactly that thermostat again. And show you where exactly you need to place that thermostat. But I thought I recorded it, I didn't, and I would hate to leave that step out. So I'm gonna go back home and then show you guys the thermostat and where that position needs to be in water pump. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So like I told you in the previous clip, I don't know why this didn't record, but when I took it out the housing, that little jiggle valve, like I said, when you take this out and put the replacement thermostat in, see that little jiggle valve up the top? That needs to be at the 12 o'clock position. That helps bleed the air out of the system so you won't have any problems. So basically, I replaced the other thermostat, put it in the exact same way, but the thermostat's a little different. I probably should have compared the two different thermostats, but I was just trying to hurry up and get it done because I didn't want to get too much air in the system. So, and just to show you guys that this is a stock 203 thermostat. Let's see if I can get it in the sunlight. Come on, camera, pick it up. There it is, right there, 203, right there at the bottom of the stamp. So I just want to show you guys that real quick. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed that install of me putting that 180 thermostat in. Like I said, that thermostat was probably 20 bucks from Summit, about 30 bucks from Summit Racing. So you don't have to go with Summit Racing brand. You can go any other brand you choose to use. Like I said, just make sure you get some coolant because you will lose coolant in the process of doing this, and just bleach your system back out, and then you're good to go. So keep God first, stay prayed up, stay blessed up, guys. To the next video. I'm out.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to